Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 11th of September. Reading through the prophet Ezekiel with McShane, we read chapter 14 today, a continued word of God against the nation of Israel. From verse 12, we read, "The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, if a country sins against me by being unfaithful, and I stretch out my hand against it, to cut off its food supply and send famine upon it and kill its people and their animals. Even if these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they could save only themselves by their righteousness, declares the sovereign Lord." And the word to Ezekiel was the nation of Israel was being judged. And it didn't help that there were some good people, and there probably were. And God says they will be rescued themselves because of their faithfulness and their righteousness. But that cannot be, the nation can't rest on it, because they will save only themselves. And he repeats the idea 3 times. He says, also, if I send wild beasts against a country, or if I bring a sword, or if I send a plague, those 3 righteous men can't save the nation. He says they would save neither son nor daughter. They would save only themselves by their righteousness. And that has to be a truth that we know, but put quite starkly there. And as has been said on occasions, God has no grandchildren. Each individual has to respond to him themselves. And each person has to come to their own walk with God. And Jesus says, "I stand at the door, knock, and if you open the door, I will come in and sup with you." And each one of us has to open our own door. We can't open someone else's door. And so the challenge to us is to say, am I walking with God? Have I responded? Jesus challenges Nicodemus and says, you must be born again. You say, have I accepted Christ? Am I born again? Am I walking with God? Because I have to make a response myself. It doesn't matter what my parents were like, or what my best friends are, or my spouse. Each of us has to respond individually. And have I responded? And those people near and dear to us, our sons and daughters, our close friends and family, we can't open the door of their heart, but we can only pray, God, help them to hear, help them to receive your word, help them to open the door themselves, that they will come to faith. And so the challenge to us and to the church is make sure we get individuals to respond, because our righteousness is for ourselves. And therefore, the truth is also that the church is one generation from extinction. If no one else comes to faith from now on, when this group of Christians, when we go to glory, that'll be at the end of the church. New people have to come to faith day by day, because we can't pass the faith on. We save only ourselves. An uncomfortable truth, but a scriptural truth nonetheless. Be blessed.